Welcome to Bunny Mango Stories. Tonight, we have an amazing adventure just for you, the fantastic toothbrush and the kingdom of sparkle. Join Tommy and his magical toothbrush, Bristle, as they battle the mischievous Cavity King and save a kingdom in danger. Are you ready? Snuggle up, get cozy, and let's begin. Tommy was an ordinary 8-year-old with an extraordinary problem. He absolutely hated brushing his teeth. Every morning and night, he found ways to avoid it. He would hide in his blanket, pretend he forgot, or run around the house until his mom caught him. One day, "Your teeth will run away," his big sister joked. Tommy rolled his eyes. Teeth can't run away, he thought. But something strange happened one night. When Tommy finally picked up his toothbrush, a new one his mom had given him, it wiggled in his hand. "Hello there," the toothbrush said cheerfully. Tommy dropped it in shock. "Who said that?" he stammered. "Me. I'm Bristle, the fantastic toothbrush. And you, Tommy, are in terrible trouble." Before Tommy could react, a swirl of blue sparkles surrounded him, and poof, he and Bristle were whisked away into another world. When the sparkles cleared, Tommy found himself standing in a shimmering, candy-colored world. The sky was minty green, the clouds were fluffy like whipped cream, and everything smelled fresh. Bristle floated beside him. "Welcome to the kingdom of sparkle." But, oh no, Tommy turned and gasped. In the distance stood a castle made of giant teeth, but something was terribly wrong. Some teeth were turning yellow, others had black spots, and worst of all, there was a dark, gooey monster climbing the castle walls. "The Cavity King!" Bristle cried. At that moment, a tiny fairy in a toothpaste dress fluttered toward them. "Oh, Bristle, you've brought the hero," she exclaimed. "Hero?" Tommy blinked. The fairy nodded. "The Cavity King has spread laziness across our land. If we don't stop him, the entire kingdom will be covered in sticky, rotten goo." Tommy gulped. He didn't feel like a hero, he barely brushed his teeth. "You can save us," Bristle said, "but only if you face the challenges ahead." Tommy took a deep breath. "All right, if I have to be a hero, then I'll do my best." Their first stop was Sugar Swamp, a place filled with floating caramel bubbles and rivers of sticky soda. Suddenly, a pair of licorice snakes slithered onto their path. "If you wish to pass," hissed the first snake, "you must solve our riddle." Tommy's heart pounded. "A riddle? What gets shorter the more you use it?" the second snake asked. Tommy thought hard. He glanced at Bristle. "Is it a toothbrush?" The snakes shook their heads. Bristle whispered, "Think, Tommy, what do we use up when we do things?" Then it hit him. "A pencil." "No." "Oh, an eraser." "No." "A candle." The snakes nodded and slithered away. "You did it," Bristle cheered. "Problem solving is just like brushing your teeth. Keep at it, and you'll get better." Tommy smiled. Maybe this was kind of fun. Next, they reached a gloomy, dusty valley where the wind whispered sad stories. Skeletons of abandoned toothbrushes lay scattered on the ground. "This is where kids who never brush end up," Bristle said grimly. Suddenly, a group of shadowy figures emerged from the fog. They were tooth trolls, their mouths full of crooked, blackened teeth. "Turn back," growled the biggest one, "or face the tickle trials." "Tickle trials?" Tommy asked. Before he could react, feather-like bristles shot out from the troll's fingers, tickling Tommy's feet. He laughed uncontrollably, falling to the ground. "The only way to stop them is to outlast the tickling," Bristle shouted. Tommy squeezed his eyes shut. He thought about how he never liked brushing his teeth, how he always gave up too soon. But if he could last through this, maybe he could do anything. He clenched his fists, took deep breaths, and focused. Slowly, the tickles stopped affecting him. The tooth trolls gasped. He passed the tickle trials. "Let him go." Tommy stood up, stronger than before. "You're learning, Tommy," Bristle said. At last, they reached the castle of Sparkle. But the Cavity King was waiting. He was a towering monster made of sticky caramel, licorice tentacles, and rotten molasses teeth. "No one can defeat me," he roared, throwing a wave of sugary slime at them. Tommy dodged. He grabbed Bristle, who glowed bright blue, and charged toward the Cavity King. "Tommy, brush his teeth," the fairy yelled. Tommy leaped onto the monster's shoulder, brushing as hard as he could. Bristles sparkled and foamed, scrubbing away the king's sticky goo. The Cavity King screamed, shrinking smaller and smaller until, pop, he vanished into a puff of minty air. The castle shined brighter than ever, the land was restored, and everyone cheered. "You did it, Tommy," Bristle beamed. Tommy grinned. He had solved puzzles, faced his fears, and even defeated a monster, all by using his determination and problem-solving skills. "I think I like brushing now," he laughed. As the Kingdom of Sparkle celebrated, Bristle glowed again. "Time to go home, hero." Poof! Tommy landed back in his bathroom, toothbrush in hand. Everything looked normal, except for the tiny sparkle in Bristle's bristles. From that day on, Tommy never skipped brushing his teeth again. He knew that every brush was an adventure, and every clean tooth was a victory. And just before bed, he swore he heard Bristle whisper, "See you on the next adventure, hero." With a big yawn, Tommy climbed into bed, feeling warm and proud. As he snuggled under his blanket, the stars twinkled outside his window, and in the Kingdom of Sparkle, all the fairies, the talking toothbrushes, and even the tooth trolls were drifting off to sleep. Because after a long adventure, it was bedtime for everyone.